Hello everyone and welcome back. So today is April 7th, I believe. So it's Sunday and I am starting my vlog for week 2, and I started the Celtic Tales yesterday, but I only finished like the prologue in chapter 1. So while I'm waiting for my coffee to finish, I'm going to read a little bit more, and hopefully I'll be able to finish this today. Fingers crossed. So I've just finished reading up to part 2, which is page 100. And I wanted to show you guys this artwork for page 2. Thinking about it now, it reminds me a lot of the Grimm fairy tales rather than like the classic Disney stories. So I wouldn't recommend this as a children's bedtime story like I originally thought. This is more, I don't know, this is more of an adventure. There's war, there's fighting. I think if you like the classic stories, classic fairy tales, the classic Greek tales, then you'll probably like this. I absolutely would love some of the stories as retellings. If someone wanted to take that on and flesh it out in more detail and gave it more color, I think it would really bring the story to life. But since this is more of a straightforward retelling, it doesn't have any added flair. It's more simplistic. So I am actually going to take a break. I'm going to edit last week's video so I can post it today. And then I'll come back and I will finish the rest of this as I have 4 more stories to go. So. Hello everyone. So today is Tuesday, April 9th. And I wanted to check in with you guys because I did finish my Mythical Creatures Owl exam. I finished this on Sunday night. It has like 8 stories into it, and it's broke up into 2 different parts, basically following 4 stories follow one set of people, and then the other 4 follow another set. And so I was reading each story and kind of taking breaks, editing, doing other things, coming back, and all of a sudden it was 11 o'clock on Sunday and I had 1 story left. So I just powered through it because it didn't make any sense to, whoa, hello. Oh, thank you. It just didn't make any sense to leave that 1 story to the next day. So I finished that pretty late and was too tired to do a check-in then. So that's why I'm doing a check-in now. I rated this 3 stars. It was pretty decent. I would recommend it simply because I don't know too many Celtic folklore. It's not something that was always talked about in school or growing up, and I do find mythology and folklores and legends fascinating. So to me, finding like a new range for my reading taste, I really did enjoy this. And this book did inspire me to try to find retellings of some of the stories in here. There was 1 story in here that was this massive battle. It involved treachery and sacrifice. There were beheadings left and right, but it was kind of told very straightforward, so it didn't have a lot of color, and I think it could have been fleshed out so much more, and I bet someone else has. I just have to find it. So that is my next mission, is to find some of these stories, see if there's retellings or thicker novels based on them, and devour those. And also too, I kind of want to find the audiobook of this, specifically this one, just to hear it narrated in the native tongue. because one, that would help me with some of the pronunciations, and two, I think it would add more color to the stories as I was just kind of reading them straight, and that made them a little bland. So overall, I recommend it, and it's a 3. So the next thing that I need to figure out is which book am I reading next, because I have 2 more that are required, and I have 2 additional ones if I want to be super extra because I already had them from the library. And they're both my like bigger books too. So I can either read the DaVinci Code or the Bookshop on the corner. Now I'm hesitant because the DaVinci Code, it's small print and there's about 500 pages. So pretty thick. But if I enjoy the writing, I have a feeling I could get through it really fast. But I have to get through, like I have to see how the writing style is. And then for this one, I believe it's around 400 pages or something like that. So it is a bit bigger, but it's like contemporary fiction, and sometimes I can't always get into the contemporaries as easily, I guess. It's not as immersive, and sometimes they can be a bit dull, and that's what I'm afraid this will be. And if it is, it will be a chore to try to get through. But it has bigger font, which means I could read it faster. I can skim it faster, I should say. If I don't like a book, I tend to skim. So I'm not sure. But I would like to read tonight, at least for an hour. I wish I could read more, but I have to do some work tonight too. So I think what I'm going to do, I've seen other people do this, where they read the first chapter and see how it goes. So I think I'm going to read the first chapter for each of these and then check back in and see which one I want to continue with first. I am going to end up reading both of them, but it's a matter of which one do I want to try to tackle this week. Because I still have next week and then one more week, but I'm kind of saving that week for my 2 extra books, because I did not plan this very well, but my 2 extra books are thickums as well. So they will take a hot second to get through, and I'd rather not try to finish, what are they, 300, 400 page books in a week, both of them. So I will, she's getting into a bag. So I will check back in after I read each chapter and kind of let you know how I'm feeling about each and ultimately which one I'm deciding to go with. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. So I'm all curled up. I've marked where I need to stop. So this does have a prologue, and the other one has like acknowledgements or a note to the reader. So I'm just going to read to chapter 2 on both of these. So this one is 12 pages, or it ends on page 12, and this one ends on page 11. So they're about the same. Not bad. So I'm going to start with the DaVinci Code first, let you know how I'm feeling, and then I will move on to the Bookshop. Alright, so I just finished to chapter 2, and I'm very intrigued. I had no problem with the writing. It had a nice flow to it, and I kind of want to keep reading, but I won't. I will put it down, but now it has quelled my fears about this book, and I'm very excited. So now on to this one. Again, it's about 11 pages to chapter 2. So let's get started. Like, I keep sinking further into the chair. So I have read to chapter 2 in this book, and it's okay. You can get a sense that the author doesn't like electronics or media very much, because in the acknowledgement to the readers and then even in the story itself, there's a lot of bashing about cell phones, that kind of thing, about the good old-fashioned books and reading, which is weird. Because basically, if you don't know, the bookshop on the corner, this girl or this woman loses her job. She works at a library, and basically they make cuts, and all the libraries are kind of being cut down into this media center, and she kind of has to find her own way after that. It doesn't seem like it'll be too bad, but I'm definitely like blasé about it. So I think I'm going to put this one down and pick it back up on Saturday, because I know I have like a 4-hour window on Saturday to just read, and I'll probably use that to try to get through as much of this as I can to finish it. But overall, it's leaving me on the fence about it. And I didn't say, but the DaVinci Code is a murder mystery, and it fulfills the potions. Yes, it fulfills the potions owl because it's a sequel. So this one, it's about this author who researches like religious texts and cults, and someone dies, and the way they die is very mysterious, so the police call on his expertise, and he tries to solve the mystery of this death. So I'm definitely more interested to read this, and I've probably got another 15 minutes that I can read for this before I have to get back to work. So I'm gonna do that, see how far I get, and I'll see you guys the next time. And welcome back. So today is Thursday, April 11th. And on Tuesday, I read to about chapter 4 before I called it a night. So it's like 9 o'clock at night right now. I'm probably gonna read maybe 2 hours and try to put even a small little dent into this, because this is such a thick book. And I didn't read yesterday, so I'm a bit behind. But hopefully it starts picking up. It's still at the very beginning. Like, the main character hasn't even fully walked into the crime scene. Like, he just arrived. So I have so much to go. But I'll let you guys know, hopefully tomorrow, how much I read to and see where I'm at. So have a good night. Alright, so I am actually able to do a check-in the same night that I'm reading. I've decided to call it, as it's almost 11, but look at how much I have read. I went from chapter 4 to chapter 26, and I had to stop myself because it's starting to get good, and I know once the plot starts really rolling that I won't want to stop, and it's getting too late to just continuously read. But oh my goodness, I'm really excited because this takes place in Paris, and right now the scene is in the Louvre, and when they're describing everything, I've been to that museum, I've been to Paris, so I can picture the setting perfectly in my head, which makes it even more immersive. And then figuring out all of the clues, and you're just like, oh my god, what? And it goes back and forth between different perspectives. So you get the main characters, then you get the antagonists, then you get other antagonists behind the scenes, then you get the main female character, you get the police officer, you get so many different insights. But it's not, I guess, jarring to jump between all of the different ones because it has a nice flow to it. And I will say the chapters are actually really short. They're like 2 or 3 pages, and most of the chapters jump, like one chapter is the main character, one chapter is this character, and so on and so forth. So you get to spend enough time with each, really. And oh, I'm excited. And I've seen the movie, so I do know like spoilers, but the book always has so much more detail. It's so much more in depth. Very excited, but I am calling it a night. And tomorrow's Friday, so I'll be able to read more. And depending on where I end up, I may end up just having to read this on Saturday. I was planning on reading the Bookshop on the corner, but this may take my interest more. Anyways, have a good night, you guys. Mwah. Hey everyone, so today is Saturday, April 13th, and this will be my last check-in for week 2. It is like 6:45ish, almost 7. I didn't really vlog today because all I really did was sit in a tattoo shop for 4 hours, so most of my day was gone doing that. But when I was there, I did read. So as you can see, I got to the halfway point. I am on chapter sorry. I'm on chapter 52, page 239. So it's getting really good, and I'm really excited. And I don't think I'm going to end up finishing it today. Actually, I'm going to take a nap for a little bit because I have a bit of a headache right now. So maybe I'll read a little bit later. But for the most part, most of this is going to end up on week 3. It's going to end up on the week 3 vlog for when I finish it. But I figured I'm in a good place to just stop. So if you guys have made it to the end of this vlog, thank you so much for watching. Please comment down below. What did you think? Have you read any of these books? Are you doing the owls? If so, which ones? And I'm sorry, I'm not feeling good at all. And before you guys go, I want you to remember that you are your own brand of beautiful, and never forget that. Love you guys. Mwah.